Hey, I'm Blair Best. Tonight on The Story, we're in the streets of Portland as freezing temperatures continue to pierce the region, culminating in a winter blast of snow set to begin tomorrow morning.
You know, people are just stranded outside.
Multnomah County continues to open overnight shelters, and I'm hearing from local groups handing out supplies to those most vulnerable to the elements and the people themselves fighting to survive outdoors.
Oh, that's pretty. It's cold and stinging. Flesh is stinging. Cold.
It's our big story tonight. In Portland, not only can you feel the cold weather, you can see it too on the faces of those living on the streets. Tristan stays warm the one way he knows how.
I'm chopping firewood up for the fires for my puppies and me.
He's been homeless for years. His latest campsite in the Central East Side.
Some plywood up and some cardboard and the tarps up just to stop the wind blow through.
Tucked under this stairwell that leads to the Morrison Bridge.
I get hide in that little hide-a-hole, you know what I mean? Like, at least it's something better than nothing.
Across the river,
We're in the Blanchet House clothing storage closet.
an Old Town day center where many people go for food and winter gear.
The line for our clothing is longer than the line for the food. It's really heartbreaking when someone's looking for a coat or a pair of pants or just a pair of socks and we don't have any because we've given them all out.
Supplies are running low.
This rack is all the coats we have, and the temperatures are freezing. People are really struggling outside and cold. Yesterday, this empty rack was filled with 50 coats. We gave those out in less than 45 minutes.
At Portland Rescue Mission, just a few streets away,
We do not shut down.
staff are also trying to keep up with the growing demand by making room for 75 more people to stay overnight.
Even starting last week, we've expanded shelter as many people as we can get into the buildings.
Tonight, Timothy Desper, who runs the Burnside program, is expecting almost 170 people. These blue mats, they're beds for the night.
And what we find is that when we have these icing events, most of the other day spaces in the city shut down. So when they shut down, we open up. We try to do the inverse. When you can't get to the library, when you can't get to the mall, when you can't get to these open environments during the day, when our city kind of gets quiet, that's when we step up.
Multnomah County announced today they're opening a 6th severe weather shelter. These emergency shelters will open starting 8 o'clock tonight through at least noon on Thursday. A total of 356 people came to the shelters last night. County officials say all sites accept pets, and no one will be turned away. County Chair Jessica Vega-Peterson also extended the state of emergency through at least 6 p.m. Thursday.
There is just no way to get away from the cold. And when you combine it with the snow and freezing rain, once you're wet and once you're cold, hypothermia can kick in very, very quickly.
So far this year, one man died in southwest Portland from hypothermia, according to the Multnomah County Medical Examiner. He passed before severe weather shelters opened. Nonprofits now calling on the county to ease their thresholds.
Yeah, the criteria for them to open up is pretty aggressive.
That criteria is when any of the following are met. Temps forecasted to be 25 degrees or below, if temps are freezing with 1 inch or more of rain, and winds greater than 10 miles per hour, or an inch of snow over a 24-hour period.
So we're really glad they opened more. Of course, we would like them to be open, you know, when the temperatures are mild, because it's still miserable to sleep outside.
Despite the misery, people like Tristan
No,
choose to stay outdoors
I don't really like the indoor environment.
and to protect his camp.
The last thing I want is someone to just come up and take my stuff if I wanted to, or a rapid response come roll up and just be like, oh, this is abandoned, so I'm gonna take it.
For whatever reasons, we don't know, there are people stranded outside, and there's not a quick fix to change their lives tonight so they can be inside. So let's try to find ways to alleviate their suffering and help them survive the cold weather.
Now, both of those groups I talked with today, Blanchet House and Portland Rescue Mission, are looking for donations of winter weather gear. So if you want to help out, just check out their websites or give them a call for when to drop stuff off. And this afternoon, the city tells me they paused camp removals back on Monday afternoon due to the weather. And that pause will last through at least Friday. But no one knew about this. We didn't even know about it until I asked earlier today. That means people like Tristan, who are staying outdoors mainly to protect their camp for fear of it getting cleared, could instead be going inside at night. And we know there are lots of people just like Tristan choosing to stay outdoors for fear of their belongings being cleared.